Morning, good morning. It's the Egg. I'm JonSpade, back again for another episode, and well, it's a pause to reflect on everything that's happened over the last 3 weeks. I think this will be my 18th episode, somewhere in that area. Every episode, I take something just a little bit different from. Try not to watch them back too much, overanalyze what I'm doing, because the exercise is about, growing and progressing and not dwelling too much on, the little idiosyncrasies that come up when you're in front of a camera and you're trying to be yourself and put ideas and messages out there. So, putting all that aside, today I'm back into the controversy. I touched a little on my last video about Peta and why I really hate those guys. Some issues I have with Peta, it's not so much the fact that, they're trying to get a message about animal cruelty out to the masses and what we do in regards to the food chain and how we treat, the food that we eat. And it really is barbaric. I doubt there's very many people that would dispute that fact. I mean, even the most simplest of those out there that eat meat have some understanding of where that food comes from and the manufacturing process. The problem I have with Peta is the extreme levels they will go to, and this might sound a little odd. It crosses my mind from time to time that Peta actually maybe is working for the meat industry. They are out there to make those people who choose a vegan lifestyle look like complete morons. Now, nobody wants to follow a moron. Generally, people want to align themselves with the smarter or the more successful of the species on this planet. Unfortunately, Peta puts out such a bizarre message at times that you kind of want to avoid them. If you see somebody from Peta coming towards you, it's like the Jehovah's Witnesses, you head down and you keep walking, because honest to God, they make those of us who want to make good choices in this world look like idiots. Anyways, that's my little bit on Peta today. The N-word, it's really coming up a lot lately. And maybe Dr. Laura is responsible for this. Maybe she isn't. Who the fuck is Dr. Laura? Pardon my French. Seriously, I'm Canadian. I don't get her program. I don't care to get her program. I've heard about her, whatever, big deal. She used the N-word, American culture. Well, guess what? Today I was going through videos on YouTube. It's sort of my morning ritual with my cup of coffee, trying to find interesting little tidbits of music and maybe entertaining stuff. And I literally watched 6 hip-hop videos. Snoop Dogg was in one of them. And the number of times I heard the N-bomb get dropped, staggering. It must have been 20, 30 times, and I am not exaggerating. So my question is, Black culture, Black America, I understand the stigma behind the N-word, a word that I can't even, reproduce on this little segment that I do. It's akin to dropping the C-bomb, which I won't do because I have friends that watch it who are offended by that word as well. At the end of the day, they're just words. That's all they are. And words can't hurt people. It's like the whole gun mantra. Guns don't hurt people. People hurt people. So, you know what? You can't have it both ways. I think, if we're going to move forward as a society, this goes for everybody. Either that word is off limits, or, you know what? We need to understand what the word is and that it can't actually hurt anybody by saying it. Those are my thoughts. Near-death experiences. I'm going to move into and get a lot of stuff in here today. I'm at the 4.5 minute mark, thereabouts. Again, I'm not scripting any of this, so it's on the fly, and I'm having more fun doing it this way, and the feedback is much better. Near-death experiences, have you had any? I've asked people. I've got a few emails back about that. Myself personally, yes, I have. My first experience with a near-death I was about 17 years old, and I rolled a van down a hill. And I'll never forget this. I'm standing there at the top of the hill. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was really tired. I was actually coming home from work, and the police showed up. And there was now a bunch of people because there was a commotion, and everybody heard this vehicle going through guardrails and crashing through trees, and it was sitting at the bottom of a ravine. And I'm standing there. I have a little cut on my head, and that's it. And I'll never forget the policeman at the scene going, "Wow, that's a pretty bad accident. Is that guy still alive down there?" I was standing right beside him. And I'd say, "Actually, I was driving that vehicle." And he just shook his head. And, you know, it kind of said it all right there. And since then, I've had other experiences, nothing with I'm seeing the light or anything, but born with a heart defect. I won't get into that because that could take all day. And literally, it's been about a half dozen times where I've had to go to the hospital, and they literally stopped my heart. And it really gets you thinking about, you know, the afterlife and where you're going and what you're going to leave behind, if there's a legacy, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Anyways, I haven't seen the light. I would love to hear from those people I know who check in and with the egg. If you've had any of those near-death experiences, especially the ones, and I hear about them, and I've seen video and heard people talking about, you know, where they're laying there and they see this light and they want to walk towards it. I want to know more about that. So if you have any direct experience with it, let me know. Okay, I'm going to really run in long here, and I don't want to go too far. I've got some videos up that I want to talk about. New Maroon 5, I'm listening to it. I actually like these guys, even though it's starting to sound, with each single I hear, it really reminds me of early Bee Gees. And not to diss Maroon 5 because I do like them. I think there's a talent there. I think Bee Gees are probably a lot more talented. A friend of mine, Vince DiGiorgio, is involved in a project, Carol Emerald. And Vince DiGiorgio, if you don't know, big record exec, was with BMG Music, and has been a writer in Canada, has penned a lot of songs, and he's one of those guys that you don't know about. Anyways, this is one of his projects, and it's really, just click on the link, take a listen. Also, I've got, what else up? I got a little comedy bit. Australians are poking fun of us Canadians. I really like that. And then, of course, I've got Frenchie. It's a fart video, and who doesn't like fart humor? Sort of to end it all off today on a high note. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for this egg on, what's the day today? It's Friday, and I'm out of here.